The bell for afternoon classes had just rung. In the International Baccalaureate classroom, Leon leaned back in his chair, one hand absently tossing a small bottle of pills into the air. His light blue eyes were unfocused, lost in thought. Across the aisle, Kyle tilted his chair back on two legs, observing his friend's rare distraction. "What's going on with you?" he finally asked. Leon didn't answer immediately, a strange expression on his face. After a long moment, he turned his head. "Does your mouth ever feel restless?" Kyle blinked. "What?" Leon considered, then tried again. "Do you ever get this urge, like you really need to bite down on something?" Kyle shook his head. "Nope." He added thoughtfully, "But my dog does." Leon's face went flat. "Get lost." Kyle just grinned. "What's in the bottle? You seem wound up." Leon tossed the container over. He slouched in his seat, his long legs stretched awkwardly under the desk. Kyle caught it, expecting some kind of calcium supplement. Leon was already pushing 6 feet, his frame filling out with broad shoulders and a narrow waist, towering over most of their classmates who were either shorter or scrawnier. "Zinc?" Kyle read the label, puzzled. "Why zinc?" Leon's expression turned odd again. He stayed silent. He certainly wasn't going to explain that his lifelong habit of gently biting Eli was the reason. Kyle, shrugging, decided it must be another secret to Leon's impressive build. Everyone in their circle envied his height and physique, guzzling milk and popping supplements at home, desperate to catch up. "Cool. I'll have my mom get me some," Kyle said cheerfully, handing the bottle back. Leon shot him a sidelong glance. "It doesn't work." And it was true. He'd been taking them for a week, and every night, holding Eli close, the urge felt stronger, more specific. It used to be a casual thing. A playful nip on the hand during homework, a gentle bite on the chin during a wrestle, just a way to get Eli's attention. But now his focus kept drifting to places like the curve of Eli's neck beneath his dark hair, his throat, the lobe of his ear. He wanted to linger. He was sure he wouldn't bite hard. Probably. Too bad Eli wouldn't let him anymore. Leon ran his tongue over his teeth, ruefully thinking the older Eli was much harder to coax than the little kid version. "Coach wants us to scrimmage with the sophomore team tonight. You in?" Kyle asked, still balancing on his chair's back legs. Leon's previously bored expression hardened at the mention of the sophomores. "No. That group played dirty, arrogant, and sore losers, always trying to pull rank." Leon had clashed with them multiple times, earning a reputation as a troublemaker on the varsity squad. He didn't care what anyone thought. The students in the accelerated academic track, like Eli, kept to themselves and wouldn't hear about any of it. He tossed the pill bottle again, pondering whether to increase the dosage. A few minutes of silent deliberation led to a conclusion. He would. By the water fountain in the main building's hallway, a few students filled their bottles. Eli screwed the cap onto his metal water bottle and turned to leave, catching snippets of a discontented conversation from a group of older boys leaning against the railing. Leon ditching practice again? Heard his whole crew from IB bailed too. Bunch of followers. If the golden boy doesn't show, why would they? One of them, not wearing the required school polo, sneered. "Thinks he's so great. What's he even got to be arrogant about?" Another voice, laced with sarcasm, chimed in. "He's the Reed family's prince. Of course he's arrogant." Eli's steps slowed. "He's just a pretentious wannabe," the first boy spat. "Thinks he's some basketball prodigy. Let him keep skipping. Sooner or later, they'll find a reason to kick him off the team." Eli stopped completely. He turned and looked at the group for a long moment, his face calm. Then he walked back to his classroom. Inside, he bent over his backpack, digging until he found a red armband. He fastened it around his left sleeve. His deskmate, Ian, adjusted his glasses, confused. Was there a student council meeting this late? The armbands were issued to student officers, empowering them to patrol, manage, and record uncivil behavior. Eli rarely wore his outside of official duty or meetings. He pulled out a small notepad and walked purposefully back into the hall. The group was still by the water fountain. They fell silent as Eli approached, his armband stark against his white shirt. Without a word, he flipped open his pad, scribbled swiftly, and tore out for slips. He placed them neatly on the dry edge of the fountain basin. Failure to wear regulation school attire, he stated calmly, meeting each of their eyes briefly. 3 demerit points each. Then he turned and walked away, not giving them a chance to respond. He had no intention of talking to people who threw around ugly insults. Even Leon, whose Chinese wasn't perfect, knew better than that. Back at his desk, Ian was curious. Emergency council meeting? Eli shook his head, removing the armband and tucking it and the notepad away. Then what was that about? Issuing demerits. Ian inhaled sharply, imagining what serious infraction could have prompted such immediate action. That bad? Eli thought of the insult. Yes, he said solemnly. Ian was impressed, refraining from prying further, his respect for his principled friend growing. The car ride back to the Reed estate was quiet. Leon stretched his legs, his foot gently bumping against Eli's knee in a repetitive, childish rhythm. Eli was absorbed in his phone, scrolling through something intently before finally locking the screen. You haven't been to basketball practice in a while, Eli observed. Leon shrugged. Lazy. Doesn't make a difference. Eli knew that was an excuse. He unlocked his phone again, scrolling through bus routes from Eastridge Prep to the Reed Mansion. Most required 2 transfers. Only one was direct, but it ran infrequently, the last convenient departure at 7. He then searched the school's boarding requirements and dorm photos. He didn't get far. Leon reached over and covered the screen with his hand. When does that competition you're prepping for end? Eli's gaze stayed fixed on the captured phone, not daring to look up. If Leon glanced down, he'd see everything. Soon, probably, he said vaguely. Leon frowned. Stupid competition. Is it that important? Eli had competed before, but never with this level of dedication. He considered his words carefully. It is. He reached over and placed his hand over Leon's, his expression turning earnest. I really care about this one. If I win, I'll be really happy. Leon was taken aback by the sudden seriousness. Then Eli leaned closer, his dark eyes wide and hopeful. But doing well might require a little sacrifice. Would that be okay? It had been a long time since Eli had looked at him like that, so open and coaxing like he used to when they were kids and he wanted help with a puzzle. A warm, floating sensation spread through Leon's chest. Yeah, of course, he said, voice light. For a competition, a little sacrifice is fine. Eli's eyes brightened. He squeezed Leon's hand, a small dimple appearing in his cheek. You're the best, Arno. Leon's English vocabulary lacked certain idioms. Otherwise, he might have recognized a sugar-coated proposition. But he didn't. He was utterly disarmed, floating on the thought that this annoying competition had at least one upside. He tried to sound casual. Well, as long as you know, I have that mindset, ready to make sacrifices. This would definitely shut out any chance for that curly-haired kid or Eli's bespectacled deskmate to weasel their way in.
Elias dimple depened.
He seemed genuinely moved. If I win this important award, part of the CR will be yours. You're encouraging me, supporting me, willing to make sacrifices. It would be our award. I'd be happier winning it knowing you helped. Leon, at 16, didn't know the term pie in the sky. He only knew his heart was soaring. In his mind, he already saw Eli on the auditorium stage, holding a trophy, saying to the whole school, I have to thank my best friend in the world. We grew up together. His encouragement and support made this possible. The entire student body would look at him with envy. Wherever he went, people would point and whisper, that's Eli's best friend. And below that stage, the curly-haired kid and the nameless deskmate would be left gnashing their teeth in jealousy. Leon's blonde hair seemed to stand a little taller. Focus on your competition, he said, heart swelling. I've got your back.
Eli nodded, pleased.
Good. I'll let you know when I'm ready. For the rest of the ride, Eli, for once, didn't review vocabulary flashcards. He bumped his knee back against Leon's, engaging in the silly game. Two teenagers who outwardly seemed so composed, one the consistently top-ranked, serious student, the other a dominant force on the basketball court, now played an utterly childish game in the back of a town car, completely absorbed. The next morning, Leon led Kyle and a few others on a slow promenade past the academic awards display in the main hall. He stood with his hands clasped behind his back, gazing at the glass cases with an air of profound significance. Kyle, yawning, squinted at the display. Our basketball trophies are in the gym lobby, man. Eastridge Prep's award displays were extensive, a veritable hallway of honor. Sports awards had their own wing. They were currently in the domain of math Olympiads and science fair winners, territory almost exclusively claimed by the accelerated track students. A few honors from other top students dotted the cases, but IB students' names were notably absent. I know, Leon said serenely. Kyle was baffled. If he knew, why were they here? He was about to ask when Leon pointed a casual finger at the central case. My name will be up there soon, Leon stated, as if commenting on the weather. Kyle exchanged a look with the others. Was he sleepwalking? An IB name appearing here would be less of a surprise and more of a seismic event. He resisted the urge to physically redirect Leon's finger toward the athletic wing. You should come see it when it happens, Leon added, finally lowering his hand, looking satisfied. Kyle could only nod mutely. Leon studied the display. A photo of Eli from his last win was centered in one panel. Even under the harsh school camera, his features were composed, his gaze steady. The caption was a model of modest achievement. Leon thought, with deep satisfaction, that soon Eli's acceptance speech would be much more substantial. After he, Leon, made his small sacrifice and Eli won first place, the speech would be full of heartfelt thanks. His name would be in that speech, forever linked with Eli's achievement under the glorious title of best friend. He admired the case, then began to critique it. It was too small, the glass was smudged. Maybe he should ask his mother to donate funds for an upgrade. A full LED screen, perhaps, with 24-hour rotating highlights and audio features. Really motivate the student body. The morning bell pulled him from his reverie. Back in class, he noticed the previously drowsy Kyle and others were now alert, a buzz of anticipation in the room. This period was a scheduled health class, covering adolescent development. The atmosphere was more charged than a regular lecture. Leon remained slouched in his seat, legs extended, his mind still on awards ceremonies. He barely registered the lesson, catching only fragments of terminology. When Kyle asked for his thoughts after class, Leon mumbled something dismissive. It didn't seem important. Meanwhile, after advanced calculus, Eli closed his textbook and turned to Ian. What are the dorms like here? Ian, a boarder, launched into an enthusiastic description. Pretty good. Quads, bunk beds with desks below, private bathroom. He lowered his voice. Most importantly, they don't confiscate desk lamps. I hear the guys in the Scholars Hall often study past midnight, sometimes debating problems until 1 or 2 a.m. Eli felt a spark of longing. No one checks. Just turn the lamp off when the dorm parent does rounds, then turn it back on after they leave. Ian grinned. Study as late as you want. Group discussions anytime. Eli felt a surge of pure, academic yearning. At the Reed House, Leon was stricter than Eli's own father. His dad might tell him not to stay up too late, but he wouldn't enforce it. Leon would. He'd physically usher him to bed and had been known to cut power to his room. The idea of unlimited, uninterrupted study time with like-minded peers, it sounded like heaven. No wonder the accelerated track was called a paradise for academic overachievers. You thinking of boarding? Ian asked eagerly. Eli nodded, his mind made up. Yeah, I think I will. Awesome. Our quad has an empty bed. Once you apply, we can discuss problems all the time.
Eli smiled.
That evening at the mansion, Eli finished his homework unusually early, showered, and was sprawled on the bed working on a jigsaw puzzle when Leon entered, towel-drying his hair after fencing practice. Seeing Eli with the puzzle, Leon felt a familiar, possessive warmth. He'd been indulged a lot lately. He walked in, trying to appear nonchalant. Eli held up the nearly completed puzzle board as an offering. Leon looked down. It was Eli's favorite set, a complex landscape. Only one central piece was missing. For Eli, placing the final piece was a sacred ritual. Tentatively, Leon picked up the last piece and slid it into place. Eli watched with focused intensity. "Why'd you save the last piece for me today?" Leon asked, unable to resist. Eli, propped on his elbows, looked up, his eyes shining. "Because you're the most important part." Leon felt like he was melting into honey. "Really? Really?" Leon fought a grin, his whole demeanor softening into something pliable and pleased. Eli's smile widened, his dimple appearing. He spoke softly, sweetly. "So, would it be okay if I moved into the school dorms in a couple of days?" The honeyed voice, the affectionate look. Leon, still floating, said, "Sure, it's just letting you study a bit longer." His voice cut off abruptly. He sat bolt upright. "What did you say? Move out? Why? Was his bed not big enough? Not soft enough?" Disbelief crashed over him, followed by a torrent of questions. Who was moving? Where? With whom? Before Eli could repeat himself, he was barraged.
Eli answeret patiently.
"Me. To the dorms. By myself." Leon said nothing. He reached over, plucked the final puzzle piece out, and pressed it back into Eli's palm. His face darkened. "No, absolutely not. It's just for the competition period," Eli reasoned, using his calmest voice. He knew Leon, attached at the hip since kindergarten, with his fierce temper, would struggle. It had been the same when they were put in different classes at the start of middle school. But Eli believed if he explained logically, given time, Leon would understand. He didn't get the chance. Leon stood up, glaring down at him. "You move in tomorrow, and I swear I'll have the door to that dump removed by the next day." Eli knew he meant it. "It's just a dorm. Just..." Leon's voice was low and sharp. "What if you get sick in the middle of the night? Who's gonna check on you 4 or 5 times? And those dorm beds are like boards. No one should sleep on them." "Everyone else manages," Eli countered. "Why can't I? In my book, there's no reason you should have to." "You promised," Eli said, sitting up straighter, suddenly wary. "You said to focus on the competition. That you'd support me. That you could make a small sacrifice." His eyes narrowed. "Are you going back on your word?" Leon thought of the last few days, how he'd been utterly charmed, and winced internally. Eli started counting on his fingers. "Last night, you bit me, then said we could talk about competition stuff and I should decide so I wouldn't be mad. The night before, you gave me all the soup from dinner and said we could discuss the competition after. Tell me, did I make any of that up?" Leon, his face still set, was silent. "I'll agree to anything else," he finally said, stubborn. "Not the dorm." To him, the school dormitory wasn't fit for human habitation. No elevator, no laundry, cramped, hard beds. This was supposed to be education, not a prison sentence. Eli had lived under his care since they were children. As his father had once joked, Leon would have Eli use gold-plated utensils if he could. In Leon's mind, Eli was meant for a cushioned life. Any hardship was a personal failure on his part. He decided that at 6 years old, in a hospital room in the dead of night. Sometimes he bitterly wished they were related by blood. That bond would be deeper, unbreakable. He could protect Eli openly, completely, as a matter of right. Eli could stay innocent, pure, focused on his interests, wholly dependent on him. Because he'd have a brother. And Leon could be that brother, Eli's ultimate protector. No one could hurt Eli without going through him first. But they didn't have that luck. He'd heard others say they envied him for meeting Eli so early, for being his first friend. But Leon didn't think it was early enough. He wished he'd known Eli from the moment Eli could remember, so he could have spoiled him from the start. Spoiled him to the point of willfulness, not let him go 3 years in preschool having his yogurt stolen without complaint. "I don't want the award anymore," Leon muttered, his voice thick. He repeated it, looking at Eli. "I don't want it." Eli had said the award would be theirs. But if the price was Eli living in some dorm, he rejected it. The speech, the recognition, even Eli's declaration that he was the best, he'd give it all back. Even if it meant Eli didn't think he was the best anymore, he wouldn't let him live away from home. Eli immediately lunged forward, clapping a hand over Leon's mouth, eyes wide with alarm. "No, you promised. I am going to stay at the dorm. You can't take it back. You have to take those words back." Eli finally grasped the depth of Leon's obstinacy. The competition wasn't even the main issue anymore. He was well prepared. The real problem was Leon, still as domineering and inflexible as he was in elementary school. Throwing away a gift from a friend out of jealousy, monopolizing him in gym class, now skipping practices to wait for him. Even if his teammates weren't great people, this pattern couldn't continue. Leon, used to getting his way, would become unmanageable. This habit, like the biting, needed correction. With his mouth covered, Leon glared stubbornly. "Won't take it back," he mumbled against Eli's palm. "If you move out, I'll tell your dad. And I'll call your grandma. I'll tell her you're going to live in a shoebox and study until you go blind." Eli glared back. "Liar. She's my grandma. She'll listen to me." Leon had met Eli's grandmother during winter break in first grade. Faced with a month-long separation, Eli going to a rural hometown with no phone, young Leon had been devastated. The night before Eli left, after their traditional farewell tears which left Eli asleep first, Leon had taken a permanent marker and meticulously written his name all over Eli's back, arms, and legs. If Eli couldn't call him, at least he'd be reminded of him every time he found a hidden Leon. Eli, bundled in layers, had traveled home oblivious. His grandmother, giving him a bath, had been horrified by the foreign curses scribbled on her grandson. Eli's father had to identify the curse as Leon's name, laughing while arranging for a telephone to be installed immediately. Eli's grandmother never forgot Leon after that. The blonde, blue-eyed boy who showed up in her small town one day. The only other creature with foreign blood she'd known was the neighbor's poodle. Leon held a special place in her heart, and more importantly, he had her phone number. She and Leon's mother were the only two people Eli obeyed without question. Leon, still muffled, said defiantly, "Grandma said there are still 3 acres back home. You don't need to study so hard." He paused. "We could just go farm and raise pigs." Eli dropped his hand, exasperated. That was something his grandmother would say. She'd always worried about his health. When other grandparents dreamed of their grandchildren becoming doctors or lawyers, his grandma fretted about him overworking. She told him the family land and tractor would be his, so he shouldn't strain himself studying. She'd even asked Leon to make sure Eli didn't push too hard. "You can tell her," Eli said, firm. "I'll explain during break. But I'm still going to the dorm. You promised. No takebacks." Leon's expression was stormy. He didn't understand the insistence. He went quiet for a long minute. "Fine." His voice went flat. "Then I'll go home alone, eat alone, do everything alone. That's how it was before I knew you." He lay back on the bed, turning his face away. "Go ahead. Don't worry about me."
Eli inhet closer.
"It's only for a little while." Leon turned his head, pinning him with a look. Is it really just the competition? He didn't believe it. Eli cared about grades, but he wasn't obsessed. He enjoyed the process like with puzzles. There had to be more.
Eli hesitated.
Leon softened his tone, a coaxing lilt entering his voice. "Tell me. I won't be mad." Lie, he thought. If this was about someone, that person was dead meat. His smile didn't reach his eyes. Eli studied the deceptively reasonable face. After a moment, he sighed. The competition is part of it. But I take too long with tutoring. I heard your teammates. You skip practice to wait for me. Leon blinked. Eli sighed again, worried. That's not good. Leon was silent for a beat, then immediately said, I have a reason for skipping. You're making excuses again. Leon looked him straight in the eye, face utterly sincere. They bully me there.
Eli started.
Then he picked up his pillow, preparing to move to the guest room. You're lying again. Leon, bullied?
Impossible.
Leon grabbed his wrist. It's true. Some of the older guys. When the coach isn't looking, they go for my ankles. Shove me in the ribs. It hurts. He didn't mention he'd retaliated by sending one to the nurse with a possible fracture. They call me names. Like phony foreigner. Eli stopped. He remembered the boys by the water fountain. He sat back down, uncertain. Maybe it wasn't a lie. Leon saw his opening and pressed. Look. He lifted his shirt, revealing a spectacular bruise blooming across his side, yellows and purples against his skin. From last week. Eli gasped, his resolve crumbling. Why didn't you say something? You didn't tell me about the dorm until now either, Leon countered smoothly.
Eli fluffed, guilty.
Leon pressed his advantage. I'll go to practice from now on. Just don't move to the dorm, okay? He let his shirt fall back, wincing slightly for effect. They did this on purpose. I listened to you. I didn't fight back. A future reckoning was now doubly certain. Eli looked at the bruise, his heart aching. He'd never seen Leon look so victimized. His resolve softened. With Leon's promise to attend practice, Eli finally agreed to drop the dorm plan. He went to fetch the first aid kit to apply liniment. Alone, Leon stared at the ceiling, touching his side. Lucky those idiots hit hard enough, he murmured. Otherwise, Eli might not have changed his mind. When Eli returned with the kit, Leon was watching the door anxiously, only relaxing when he saw him. Eli unscrewed the cap, dipped a cotton swab, and began dabbing the medicine onto the discolored skin with careful concentration. Leon lay on his stomach, head turned, watching Eli's focused face. Eli, who rarely got bruises thanks to the plush carpets Leon had installed everywhere, didn't know liniment needed to be rubbed in vigorously to work. Leon knew, but he didn't say a word. Rubbing it in was tiring. He wouldn't let Eli do that. As he applied the cooling liquid, Eli said, I met those teammates of yours. A hint of anger colored his tone. They're awful. Talking behind your back. Leon's face darkened. He regretted not hitting harder. Eli finished, a hint of sly pride in his voice. But after I heard them, I went back and got my armband. Gave them all demerits. 3 points each. They'll be picking up trash for a week. Leon, stewing, was caught off guard. He looked at Eli's slightly smug expression, and the tension melted away. He couldn't help it. He pulled Eli into a loose hug, rubbing his chin against Eli's hair like he used to when they were kids, messing it up thoroughly. Eli protested, trying to push him away, but Leon held on, pretending to be obstinate. In the tussle, some of the liniment from Leon's side transferred to Eli's pajama top. Eli pulled back, sniffed his sleeve, and gave Leon a serious look. You did that on purpose. Leon feigned innocence. Did not. He absolutely had. He loved when Eli smelled like him. But he couldn't admit it or he'd never get to do it again. Eli sighed but let it go. He had spare pajamas in the dresser. He put the liniment away, retrieved a fresh set, and pulled the soiled top over his head. For a split second, Leon saw a flash of pale, slim waist, the elegant line of his shoulder blades. Then clean cotton covered it again. Eli redid the liniment application, waited for it to dry, then climbed into bed. He yawned, face half buried in the pillow, mumbling that Leon wasn't to bite him tonight, not even after he fell asleep. He also muttered something about issuing more demerits if he saw those upperclassmen out of uniform again. Soon, his breathing evened out into sleep, long lashes fanning over his cheeks. Leon watched him, gently playing with a strand of Eli's hair. The thought of Eli secretly getting revenge for him was unbearably endearing. He licked his canine tooth, considered for a few minutes, then firmly shut his eyes, willing himself to sleep. He managed to sleep through the night without biting Eli. But he dreamed. Strange, fragmented dreams, full of blurred light and a familiar, sweet scent. Eli's shampoo and soap, warm from his skin, the smell Leon loved. But in the dream, the scent grew thicker, cloying, like fruit left in the sun, overwhelming. His breathing grew ragged. The blurry light sharpened, outlining a scene. A lush grape arbor, leaves forming a green cathedral ceiling. The air was heavy, sweet. Golden, late afternoon light, rich as oil paint, filtered through the vines. On a swinging bench beneath them, a boy was asleep, one hand trailing down, fingers slightly curled. The light gilded his eyelashes. The breeze stirred his hair and the loose collar of his shirt, revealing a pale collarbone, a glimpse of his side. The boy in the dream shifted, half opened his eyes, looked right at Leon and said, in a sleep-roughened voice, "Leon." At 4 a.m, Leon jolted awake, heart hammering against his ribs, breath coming in gasps. His blonde hair was damp with sweat. He was holding Eli tightly, having unconsciously clung to him most of the night. He moved cautiously and froze. With a low, furious curse in English, he carefully extricated himself, tucked the blankets around Eli, and hurried to the bathroom for a cold shower. He disposed of the evidence in the small wastebasket. After the shower, he sat on the edge of the bed, stunned. He remembered yesterday's health class. He knew what had just happened was a normal part of growing up. What he needed to know was whether dreaming about Eli during it was normal. If it had been any other dream about Eli, he'd have been delighted, eager to describe every detail at breakfast. But this had to be buried, sealed away, never mentioned. He tried to think it through. If Kyle told him he'd dreamed about him during that kind of first experience, Leon's skin crawled. He'd want to throw Kyle down a flight of stairs. The very idea was repulsive. He looked at the wastebasket under the desk with dread. He got up, tied the liner bag tightly, then shoved the whole basket deep under the bed, kicking it to the far corner. Evidence destroyed. He sat down again. It was over. After this, could they even share a bed anymore? An hour later, faint light edged the blackout curtains. The alarm chimed softly. Eli stirred, rubbed his eyes, and as usual, took a moment to wake fully before turning his head toward Leon. Leon wasn't holding him like a giant teddy bear, as was their morning ritual. He was sitting stiffly on the edge of the mattress, looking dazed. Still half asleep, Eli propped himself on an elbow, squinting. "What's wrong?" The innocent, sleep-slurred question was like a spark in dry tinder. Leon jumped, scrambling to his feet. "Nothing," he said too quickly. Eli thought that was odd. Concerned Leon might be sick. He knelt on the bed and reached out to feel his forehead. Leon backed up all the way to the armchair near the window, looking like a spooked cat. Eli's hand hung in the air. Was he the sick one? He redirected his hand to his own forehead. "I feel fine," he murmured, puzzled. He looked back at Leon. "Leon, are you sure you're—" "Talk properly." Leon interrupted, his voice tense. "Wait until you're fully awake to say my name." It sounded too much like the dream. Eli blinked, now fully awake and confused. "Okay." Leon's gaze dropped to Eli's pajamas. "And button your shirt properly." Eli glanced down, indignant. "It is buttoned," he stopped. The top button was undone. He frowned, fastening it. How had that happened? Seeing Eli properly covered, Leon relaxed minutely. Then he watched in horror as Eli began to straighten the bedsheets. The sheets. What if? Leon rushed over, grabbing the fabric. "I'll do it. Go brush your teeth." Eli looked at him, then shook his head. You don't fold them right. It bothers me. I'll do it right today, Leon insisted. Eli was firm. You won't. It was a known fact. They wrestled silently with the sheet for a full 2 minutes. Finally, Eli relented. Fine. But can you wait until after I've brushed my teeth and left the room? If I don't see it, it won't bother me as much. Leon agreed instantly. Hurry up. I'll make the bed after you go down for breakfast. Eli nodded and headed for the bathroom. As soon as the door closed, Leon dove for the bed, yanking the sheets off and inspecting every inch of the light-colored fabric. To his immense relief, they were clean. The crisis was confined to his discarded clothes. He then attempted to fold the sheets. 5 minutes later, he was glaring at a lumpy, misshapen bundle. In frustration, he bent to retrieve the wastebasket from under the bed, contemplating stuffing the entire offending bedding into it. Just as his foot hooked the basket's edge, Eli's voice came from the hallway. Your mom says hurry up for breakfast. Leon froze, half sprawled over the bed, not turning around. Got it. You go ahead. Eli, spoon in hand, peered into the room. Leon was hunched over the side of the bed, guarding something. You're sure you're okay? Hearing Eli's footsteps, Leon thought of the contents of the basket. I'm fine. Go eat, he said, his voice strained. I'll be right there. Eli paused, then shrugged. Okay, be quick. Leon waited until he heard Eli's footsteps recede down the hall before exhaling. Half an hour later, he personally ensured the wastebasket liner made it into the large outdoor trash bin. Only then did he relax. On the drive to school, Eli noted how unusually quiet and still Leon was, sitting a careful distance away. Normally, Leon would be fiddling with his backpack strap or tapping his knee. Eli dismissed it, returning to his vocabulary flashcards. Morning break in the IB classroom. Leon drummed his fingers on the desk, restless. He looked up. Kyle. Kyle, half asleep on his own desk, turned his head. What? Leon stared at him for several seconds, then shook his head. Never mind. Kyle closed his eyes. 2 minutes later, Kyle. Kyle lifted his head, sighing. What is it, my dear friend? Leon made a face. Drop the dear. It's gross. Kyle rolled his eyes. The double standard was breathtaking. Just listen, Leon said, leaning forward. He hesitated. Have a friend. Kyle waited. The classic, painfully cliché opener. He doesn't really get that stuff, Leon continued awkwardly. What stuff? You know, from yesterday's class. Kyle was silent for a beat. Tell him to watch a movie. Leon scowled. Not that kind of not getting it. I mean, the first time, you know. Kyle sighed. Tell him to watch a different kind of movie. Leon hooked a foot around Kyle's chair leg and dragged him closer. Be serious. Kyle threw his hands up. I am. What am I supposed to do? Tutor him. Write a study guide? Leon released him, frustrated. That wasn't it either. He gestured for Kyle to come closer and muttered a few quick sentences. Kyle's eyebrows shot up. So your friend dreamed about your friend's friend during his first experience? Keep your voice down. Kyle looked at him with deep pity. You know what Chase dreamed about? An elephant. A literal elephant. It's random, man. You think Chase is going to marry an elephant? He wanted to shake Leon. All this drama over something so basic. What did you dream about? Leon was skeptical. What about you? Kyle sighed. A washing machine. Kept spinning. I kept adding soap. I was exhausted. That was my big moment. He glared at Leon's dubious look. What, you gonna find me a washing machine bride? Leon coughed, somewhat reassured. He leaned back, a weight lifting. So it wasn't a big deal. Some people dreamed of elephants, some of appliances. He slept next to Eli every night. Dreaming of him wasn't strange. Eli was far cuter than any pachyderm or household appliance. It made perfect sense. He looked down, addressing his own thoughts. Sorry I overreacted this morning, buddy. The prospect of returning to normal, to sharing a bed without this new awkwardness, filled him with relief. That evening, Eli was pleased to see Leon acting more like himself. The morning's weirdness seemed forgotten. Until bedtime. At 9:30, Leon, who had been staring at the ceiling, suddenly turned his head. No, he declared. Eli looked over, puzzled. You have to dream about me too, Leon stated, as if it were a new household rule. After pondering it all day, Leon had decided elephants and washing machines were irrelevant. Eli could dream of refrigerators or unicycles for all he cared, but the correct answer was him. Dream about what? Eli asked, utterly lost. Never mind. Leon reached over and ruffled Eli's hair. Just go to sleep. Not yet. Leon's gaze was intense. You have to watch me fall asleep. Then maybe you'll dream about me. He was convinced his own dream was a result of staring at Eli's sleeping face too often. It was simple cause and effect. Eli was baffled. Watch you fall asleep? That sounded like something from a melodrama. Just do it, Leon insisted. He got out of bed, padded to the study, and returned with a strip of paper taped to his forehead. It was covered in complex physics equations. He lay on his side, facing Eli. Look at me. Really look. Eli turned. Leon Reed, with half a page of formulas stuck to his brow, peered back at him expectantly. From now on, Leon announced, I'll wear a different subject to bed every night. Math, English, history. One of them will interest you eventually. Eli closed his eyes with a soft sigh. For a fleeting moment, he considered calling his father to come pick him up.